I'm hopeful that we'll be able to take a real positive step here. There's been efforts in the past to help manage the vehicular access, but it's been more of a voluntary thing. People have not really complied. Folks drive off-road, trashing the area. I think some of it's just ignorance. They don't realize what they're doing. And I think with the permit and with the education and the additional information that people have, I'm hopeful that we'll have better management.
You're hopeful. What would you hope this area will ultimately look like once the system goes into place and you can get in here and start doing some restoration work?
Ultimately, it could look more like the natural area reserve at the end. Of course, we're not going to have the level of predator control that we do out there, but simply eliminating the vehicular damage will really help a place heal. If you look at Army Beach, several miles back down the road, it was just absolutely hammered before they put up vehicle barriers and kept the vehicles off the beach, and the vegetation is recovering. It can recover a lot. We're going to need to help it with some outplantings of some of the native species, but once vehicles or once people are behaving themselves with their vehicles, the area should really heal. This will help with that. Anyone in there is supposed to have a permit on their vehicle, or, one of the decals on their vehicle. This will be an additional tool for enforcement to help control those kind of activities as well.
Talk about what's happening behind us with some of this work here this morning.
Right back here, we're going to be installing a gate at the end of the paved road. The contractor is moving some rocks so that we can essentially make a barrier, reinforce the barrier right at this point. So beyond this point, any motorized vehicle will need a permit and need a decal. People can park here and walk or ride their bicycles anytime without a permit, but to drive beyond this point, they'll need a permit.
Cool. Thank you, Dan.
Oh, it's really disappointing that people don't have more awareness about the environment, about what kinds of efforts we're trying to do to improve things, and they just have a lack of understanding and appreciation for the natural resources out here. And what comes to my mind is that we really need to do a better job at outreach and education of people so that they do have that appreciation and choose not to do things like this. So December 1st, the gate will be closed, and anyone wishing to come into this area with their vehicle will need to get a permit from state parks. The permit will come with a decal that you'll put on the back side of your vehicle on the bumper, and you'll get a combination. The combination will be changed every week, and you'll get updates with the combination change. And so with the issuance of the permits, there'll be special terms and conditions that will clearly outline what you're allowed to do and where you're allowed to do those things. And it'll also come with maps of all the designated roads. And so by signing the permit, you're signing that you acknowledge and understand what the rules are. And if you're caught violating those rules, then your permit can be revoked and you won't be allowed to come into the area. So we're really hoping that by regulating the vehicular access of this area, the next step will be for us to start with restoration efforts and implementing erosion control methods, revegetating the eroded bare soil, and really making this place a world-class state park.
kind of a cold toss.
Him a little bit. You're outside.
Get out of
you're
the studio.
able to breathe. You don't have to just sit there and mindlessly sort of
With the camera. One more Vanna and I got it. Okay.